it's Noah, and welcome back to iHollywood TV. When New Orleans, the birthplace of American music, is devoting the month of October to celebrating iconic New Orleans music legends and all those who work in the music industry. To tell us more, we have Grammy Award-winning trombonist Delfeayo Marsalis of the famed New Orleans music family and New Orleans music expert Keith Spera from the Drop-In, one of New Orleans' most historic live music venues, which will reopen this fall as a premier music venue and a boutique hotel. Good morning, guys. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Good morning.
It's so nice to have you guys on the show this morning. So let's start off with you, Delfeayo. You were sitting at the historic Drop-In, a place with huge musical and cultural significance. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so of course the Dewdrop was founded during the time of segregation, so it's great that they're reopening, and it gives us a glimpse of how far our country has come in a number of ways. Of course, this was the place where we would say the black entertainers would get an opportunity to perform for the folks who would come from out of town. You may have heard of the Green Book, the Motorist Green Book, and that was a document that would tell folks who were traveling, especially down south, where were good places to go where that would be hospitable. And the Dewdrop was on the top of that list. Folks like Little Richard, Allen Toussaint, Irma Thomas, I mean, you name it. My dad had a gig here, so it's a very great place for folks to get together and to have a good time.
Now, Keith, the third annual NOLA by NOLA is September 28th through October 8th, so write that on your calendar, you guys. Now, this program started as a Band-Aid during the pandemic, but has blossomed into an annual event with more than 45 venues and 270 shows over 11 days. Oh my goodness, impressive. Tell us more about it, Keith.
Well, yeah, as you said, this was an effort initially coming out of the pandemic to sort of refocus attention on New Orleans music. You know, everyone talks about New Orleans being a food and music town in general terms, but this is an effort by New Orleans and Company, who markets the city, to really focus on the clubs where the music lives and where the performers make their livings. You know, that's the important component of all this, is these clubs where, again, musicians come to play and make some money. So this was an effort to sort of remind everyone, hey, New Orleans is a music town. Here's where you can go see it. Here are the sorts of bands you should be going to see. And we're going to celebrate it all month long. So as you said, it's over 50 venues participating, 300 shows, which gives you a little bit of an inkling of just how much music is going on in this town on a regular basis. So it's a great opportunity to remind folks about music and how important it is to the city, and to get them down here in the month of October when the weather turns nice and everything is hopping. You know, a lot of festivals, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, go to New Orleans during spooky season. That's right, in October.
Oh yeah, we do spooky right down here. Yes, indeed.
Now, Delfeayo, in New Orleans, there's great music every day, so why proclaim October as Music Month when you can go to New Orleans and have Music Month every single month out of the year?
Yeah, I think it's an important time along with Mardi Gras, which of course folks come to Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
We have not only the music, but of course the Mardi Gras floats, and that's one type of thing. Then we have Jazz Fest. So I guess we'd say it's a quarterly, so this represents the quarter for the last part of the year, and it sets us up just right going into the holiday season. But also you have musicians who play all year round, so it's good for them to have an opportunity to, to get some special attention, and for folks to know that, yeah, we're out here still doing it.
Look at you play that trombone, Delfeayo. Look at you go.
Yes, sir.
Now, Keith, I want to come back to you. Why is the music culture of New Orleans so important? Talk to our audience about that.
You know, New Orleans and food and music are the two things that really New Orleans is built on, and it's been that way since the earliest days of the city. You know, this was a port city when it was founded. It was a confluence of different cultural influences, French and Spanish and African. So you had that melding, and that sort of went into developing the music sound that became jazz and rhythm and blues and rock and roll. I mean, you can trace the origins to all those genres right here in New Orleans. And so it's always been a city that is about having a good time. We don't have a lot of industry here. We don't have a lot of Fortune 500 companies, but what we do have is a lot of really great food and really great music. So we lean heavily into that. We celebrate that. And this NOLA by NOLA celebration is a way to, again, really spotlight one of those key things that New Orleans is all about, which is the music.
Great food, great music. What more can you ask for when you go to New Orleans? Come on now, people.
That's what we're going to give you right there. Yes, indeed.
Yes. Now, lastly, Delfeayo, how can folks get more information about traveling to New Orleans for Music Month? Tell us more about that.
Sure. Of course, there's two main websites, NOLA.com and NewOrleans.com. And you find all the information that you need and come on out and have a great time.
Well, Delfeayo and Keith, thank you so much for the great conversation. Y'all take care. Y'all have a great day. And it was such a delight to meet you guys.
Thanks, Noah. You too.
Yeah, man.